Hello, welcome to this video, and on this video I'm going to be looking again at Billy Cobham, but looking more technically at his approach to the drums, and I'm going to be playing my drums. But I just thought I'd film this little introduction because I'm experimenting in ways of recording the drums on my voice, and to be quite honest, it's gone very wrong today. So there's quite a few little dropouts on the vocals, the voice. And when I came to look at the audio I'd recorded for the drums, none of the mics had recorded except for the mic in front of the drum kit. So I've had to salvage the sound of the drums off that one mic. It's a testament to my British drum company drum kit that it sounds so great in the room that what you'll be hearing on the drums is just basically one mic in the room that I've had to add a little bit of reverb and compression on just to beef it up a little bit. But anyway, here's the video. And I hope you enjoy it.
Hello there and welcome to this video. And this video is going to be called What I Got from Billy Cobham. And I'm actually sat behind my drum kit this time, and I'm actually going to play my drums this time, which is a new thing for anybody who watches this channel, which is very, very exciting. It's a bit nerve-wracking for me because I've actually got to do more than just talk. So it could all go wrong, but let's see how we go. You know how I run with my videos. This is all completely made up. I haven't really planned it. Same thing with the drums, but I've thought of two things to pick on that I've got from Billy Cobham as a drummer. I started drumming in 1980. I heard bands like Motorhead, Whitesnake, Judas Priest. Those are the bands that got me into drumming, and that's what I was seriously into that when I started drumming in 1980. But I was very lucky because on BBC Two, for some reason, they had a masterclass by Billy Cobham. BBC Two is a British television channel. And when I watched that, I knew that this guy was something else. And I was absolutely blown away by what he was doing. And that led me to try and find out who this guy was and buy albums. And if you go through the other videos on my channel, you'll hear that story in much greater detail. But what did I get from Billy Cobham? What was it that blew me away? You know, what was he doing? Well, the first thing I found very interesting and, well, I would say perplexing and bemusing and confusing was the way that he broke time up. So Billy Cobham had a way of using rudiments to break up time. Now, some of you will be drummers, some of you won't be, and I'm going to try and put these videos so both camps can watch this. So rudiments are little patterns on the drums. You know, they come from snare drumming, really. They're like little licks, and they're made up of singles, which is where you hit the drum once, or doubles, where you hit the drum twice. You might get flams, which is where you sort of hit the drums very close to each other, or roughs, which are little fast drags and things like that. So we could stitch those together and create lots of different licks. And in military drumming, snare drumming, drum corps, that is the language of that. And of course, someone like Billy Cobham had come up through that language, and he had an incredible understanding of drum rudiments. What he did was take those rudiments and use those to break up time, especially in odd time signatures. Now, people have been playing odd time signatures before Billy Cobham, but I would say they were playing time signatures using a method that I call divisive time. That's where we sort of take the time and we divide it up. So we divide it up into, say, 7. So we go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And we play that, and you can hear it in my drumming that I'm sort of playing, dividing up into that. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Now, what Billy would do is he would divide up in much more complex ways, and I call this additive rhythm. It's almost like Indian music, and I'm sure when he got together with John McLaughlin, this is something they worked on together. So a way of dividing 7 up is we could break that up into 4 and 3. So we'd be counting 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3. But where that 3 is, we could actually divide that up into 2 3s that are double the speed. Right, so we go 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 4. Now that 4 I'm counting is basically 8 16th notes. So I could take a rudiment and say, what rudiment have I got that lasts 8 16th notes? Well, a paradiddle does. A paradiddle is a sticking pattern, a rudiment on the drum kit, which goes right, left, right, left, right, left, left. Right, left, right, left, right, left, left, right, left, right, left, right, left. There it is. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. A paradiddle is like 8/16 or 4/8 long. Okay, so we've now got a rudiment that fits that 4. We can then take the next 3, which is a 3/16, and I'm going to play that with a right hand led triplet, right, right, left. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. Right, right, left, right, right, left, right, right, left, right, right, left. And then I'm going to get very Billy Cobham on the last 3, and I'm actually going to play that at 632 times using a paradiddle diddle. Right, left, right, right, left, left. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. So that's double speed. Okay, now this pattern that I've just come up with is if I can play it, because I haven't played it, I've just sort of come up with it now, sort of using my Billy Cobham vibe and influence that I've grown up with. This way that is the way I learnt the drums. I never really specifically learnt licks from Billy Cobham. There's a few I learnt, but the drummers that influenced me was much more about the actual vibe and the feeling and the approach and what they were trying to do with the music, and taking what I knew, I would find my own way, which is what I am doing now today in front of you. And what I think the drummers out there that are watching this is what you really need to do is rather than just copying and learning licks parrot fashion, listen to it, take the vibe of it, and then from what you know, think, how do I take what I'm hearing and create something new? So the pattern I'm about to play now, I'm pretty sure Billy Cobham's never played, but it's got a Billy Cobham vibe. So let's get back to this. So we're going to play a paradiddle, right, left, right, right, left, right, left, left, right hand led triplet, right, right, left, and then I'm going to play a paradiddle diddle a double time, and that'll come out at sort of 7/8. One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 1, 2, 3. Pretty hard for me to count and do that at the same time. As I said, I'm making this up as I go. I think it's far more exciting when you're watching YouTube if you know the person's making it as I go. So I'm going to try and play that now on the drums. Now Billy Cobham, it was very innovative in the way he would put rudiments onto the drum kit. So normally that would be played on the snare drum like this. And that's the standard way of using rudiments, but Billy Cobham would play it with his right hand on the hi-hat or the ride cymbal and break it up in a certain way. So when I do that now, I'll go through it. So I'm going to play the paradiddle like this. There's the first 4, and then the 3. And then when I get to the paradiddle diddle, I'm going to do a very Billy thing, and I'm going to go right, left, right, right, left, left. Pulling that back to the snare drum. So let's see if I can play this pattern. So that is what I took from Billy Cobham, was that sort of approach. I'm now going to show a direct approach. One of the things that really impressed me with Billy, another thing, is the way he moved around the kit. He was one of the first drummers to really play a big kit with lots of toms. And so he had to come up with strategies of playing around the kit. On Spectrum, you can hear him use either paradiddle or 5-stroke rolls. I've never been quite sure, but he plays a drum solo that sounds a bit like this. Now that approach I call playing out. So my snare drum's in the middle, but you can put any drum in the middle, and then I'm playing out, and I can use rudiments, or I can use singles, doubles, whatever, to come and play out. Cobham also played around the kit in interesting ways, which means coming back on yourself like this. And there I'm pulling the drum kit round and coming back, horrible thing to do at this time in the morning when you're not warmed up, but I've shown you that I see. So I call that coming back on yourself, where you're moving round and coming back. But by far the most complex things was where his limbs seem to be moving around the kit in almost like arbitrary directions, as though he had 2 brains controlling 2 separate limbs. Now he wasn't doing that, and on that masterclass I saw in 1980 when I was 12 years old, he actually explains how he was doing this. And I'm going to try and explain to you this now. Now, he had a lot of toms and I haven't, so I can't quite do exactly what he was doing. But this is the interesting things about influence. I took this idea and I played it in my own way, so I can still put it on this drum kit now for you, because basically what he was doing around the toms on that video can be applied to any surface on the drum kit. Right, so one of the things he was doing is moving around in circles. So my right hand can move around in a circle of, say, 3. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. Or it could move around a circle of 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3. And the left hand can do exactly the same thing. I could move around in a circle of 3. Or I could move around in a circle of 4. All right, we could move those around together. I'm going to do 4. We can now play that pattern as singles, single stroke roll. Okay, now what Billy does is he plays circles of different lengths. So he might play a 3 with the left hand whilst playing a 4 with the right. And that sounds like this as singles. But I just went wrong because I just did two 4s. So let's try and get my head into this. So I'm going to do 3 with the left hand. And I'm going to do 4 with the right. Okay, now that creates the illusion that my hands are now working independently with each other. And what Billy will do is he would often reverse one limb and come back the other way, which would make it seem even more random. So I'm going to do that with the right hand now. I'm going to slow it down so you can see it. And of course, he would play it pretty fast. I don't know whether I can play it as fast as Billy, but I'll have a go. Okay, now, one of the things that I found very interesting on the drum kit is that once I'd learnt that pattern and I could move that around the kit, I could play that with other rudiments. So I could play it with doubles if I want, double stroke roll, which would look like this. So I'm basically doing this on each drum. So my right hand would be doing this. My left hand would be doing this. Or I could play right, right, left and do exactly the same thing. This became an invaluable way of me thinking about moving around the drum kit. This could be taken even further out. So you could say, for example, play quads, which is quads are a thing that I really got from Narada Michael Walden and to some extent Terry Bozzio. I really think Narada Michael Walden. I'm going to do a video on Narada Michael Walden. I'll probably talk about quads in much more detail. But that's a double bass drum lick. You can play it with a single kick. But I'm going to play it with a double bass drum where you play 2 with the hands, and then 2 with the feet, right? And that's sort of, you play that fast like this. So we can then take that pattern and move it around the kit using Billy's sort of way of moving with these sort of different length concentric circles, and that starts to sound like this. Or I could go further out. I could play right, left with my hands. And then 2 with my feet. So we get this. Okay, I could go further out than that. I could play right, left with my hands and run right, left with my feet, like this. Or playing it fast. And that would sound like this. Right, so that is how I took Billy's ideas. So the stuff I was playing at the end of that is also got other drummers' influences in. It's got stuff I've taken from Terry Bozzio, stuff I've taken from Michael Walden, and mixed it in with Billy's approach. This is really, really important. It's something that never gets discussed on YouTube by drummers. It's always like, this is how Steve Gadd played something. All right, this is you learn this lick and you can play like Steve Gadd. You don't want to play like Steve Gadd. You want to be able to take the genius of these musicians and turn it into something that becomes yours. And I really want to start to discuss that and the importance of that on this channel. Anyway, I'm near the end of the video. Before I go, I just want to mention a couple of things. And firstly is my endorsements. So I'm playing British Drum Company drums, best drums in the world, absolutely incredible. If you don't know about them, check them out. They really are the Rolls Royce of drum kits. And here I have my what are they? Dark Matter Bliss cymbals by Dream, right? I've really wanted to go a lot more jazz with my cymbals, and I've been looking around for a company that can deliver this dark sound, and Dream can do it, but Dream can deliver so many other sounds. So here's my Dream cymbals. And for those of you who are interested, everything you've heard today has been recorded with 4 microphones. So I'm talking into this SM57, that's how you hear my voice. And basically, if you look over here, right, I've just got a Shure, what make are these? And this mic's not even pointing the right way, so all this is going to be sound a bit straight. I've just looked around the mic here. I've knocked over. It's pointing straight up at the roof. So we got one mic pointing straight up here, one mic pointing straight at the kit. I'm still going to use this because I don't care. I've got a bass drum mic in the front. So basically, this kit's been recorded with 3 mics. In terms of the actual kit, you're basically hearing the kit in the room. So if you're impressed with the drum sound, you know, get in touch and I'll tell you more about my drum kit. I'm hoping to do a lot more of these now and really get into different drummer styles. I want to try and keep it simple. I want to try and keep it so non-drummers and drummers can watch it and sort of follow what's going on. And if you like this, please drop in the comments that you like it and I'll do more. And please like the video, subscribe. And if you want to really get into this, then please come over to my Patreon where I'm hoping to do a lot more of this type of thing. Thank you for watching and I'll see you on the next video.